Hello once again, Warren here with the Peach State Prime channel, and we are continuing the America 250 road trip. And today we are in Lincoln City, Indiana, which is actually right down the road from Santa Claus, Indiana. And we're at an Abraham Lincoln Memorial. Now, what's historically significant about this area in regards to Abraham Lincoln is that this is where his boyhood home was. He lived here from the age of 7 all the way up to the age of 21. And then understand that his mother is actually buried on these grounds where we are now. This is operated by the National Park Service. There is a rather large memorial. Of course, it is raining right now, so we're trying to let that die down before we hop out of the car. And then I understand, you know, the home itself, the house itself should be here, as well, of course, the gravesite of his mother. So we're going to see what we can see, again, with, you know, how the weather cooperates too. But hope you'll join me as we learn a little bit more about one of America's favorite presidents. All right, so this is the Lincoln Memorial Visitor Center at the Lincoln Boyhood National Memorial here again in Lincoln City, Indiana. And this is pretty impressive. There's all these wood carvings on the outside. Or I said wood, excuse me. I meant stone carvings. Thank you, Landon.
You're welcome.
And it looks like a timeline of his life, because there's, you know, the Abraham Lincoln we're familiar with as president. And, you know, it shows him, well, maybe it's not really a timeline, but it's all different parts of his life and art dedicated to Abraham Lincoln. I'm sure I could get more information inside.
Or their plaques.
And there's plaques. It's just raining out here. Yeah, it does have the dates on there, so it shows where he was. So this is, okay, that's what it is. That's his time in Washington. His time at Washington, D.C. There's Illinois. And then this is him, that he belongs to the ages. And then over here, which is where we are, is Indiana. Got it. All right, so we just watched the film, 15-minute film about Lincoln in Indiana. So let's look at some of the exhibits here. So this desk was made by Thomas Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's father. And you can see how well he was at woodwork and carpentry. And then this over here are some of the books that belong to Abraham Lincoln. And these are copies of pages that Lincoln was working out his math problems, or arithmetic, if you need to say it the fancy way. And this statue here says, "Before the day of decisive battle," Bayon Zycum. this is a tableau of Lincoln's mother's funeral. And then this is the root. So this is snakeroot. So basically this led to milk poisoning by cows eating the root and then producing milk that was poisonous to humans, and that's what killed Abraham Lincoln's mother, as well as many others in the area. And she did die when he was quite young. And then his mother's name was Nancy, and then Sarah, his sister, also died at 21 giving childbirth. And unfortunately her child also passed away. This is a replica saw that would have been used during the time. And then this talks about the different fabrics and fibers for making clothing. And then this tells you all about the cabin. See, so furnishing the cabin, and then clothing the family. And this says there's plentiful game. You can see the pelts in the background. So for clothing and food, land of plenty. So this refers to the produce that was available or that the land would give them. And then the heart of the home, of course, was the fireplace. And this talks about the memorial that we're currently viewing. And then down here it says, on February 19th, 1962, is when John F. Kennedy signed the act creating the Lincoln Boyhood National Memorial. So it was President Kennedy who made this exhibit possible. There you have a replica of Abraham Lincoln's face, as well as some important letters here. And these were written to William Jones. And it is really coming down outside there. All right, then this is the Nancy Hanks Lincoln Hall, who was Abraham Lincoln's mother. So this looks like an actual post office here. And this is more about the white snakeroot that we saw in the other room. And here's a portrait of Nancy Hanks Lincoln. Okay, continue on down the hallway. Got this huge fireplace here. I think a person could fit in there, my goodness. This looks like this would be used for different programs and events, but it's a very nice space. And of course, we do have this
Now you know the easiest way to get to the
nice gift
cemetery.
shop in here.
See that flagpole? You head directly to that flagpole. Abraham's Mother Cemetery plot is right behind that flagpole. And this is the best way to
Bobblehead.
do it. And then come back to your car, take it right out of the parking lot, go as far as you can go, and you'll see a parking lot there. Right there, and it'll get you about 150 yards from the farm site.
And then this is the Abraham Lincoln Hall on the other side. We have this large marble bust of Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, no, this is marble limestone outside.
All right, then this is the hall here. So what is this about? The interior walls are made of sandstone. It's used for meetings and special occasions. The strength and naturalness of this stone and wood hall reflect the grandeur and simplicity of the man Abraham Lincoln. So yeah, this is nice. I could see a wedding going on here, or even like a town hall meeting. Of course, church, I could see that too. We have a portrait of Lincoln himself here. So there's this organ. It says this was a gift from the Indiana Lincoln Union, who together with the Conservation Department of the state of Indiana developed and built the Nancy Hanks Lincoln Sanctuary as a permanent memorial to Abraham Lincoln and his mother. It looks like you do have a little balcony up there with some faux fire, which looks pretty cool.
Well, I mean, yeah.
All right, so we are back in the car. Very good museum, very good film we got to watch. Of course, didn't feature the film here for obvious reasons, but it was even narrated by Leonard Nimoy. So, you know, a very good film explaining the significance of the area and this time of Abraham Lincoln's life. So, and the rest of the museum was pretty interesting as well. The rest of the historical site here and the memorial site does involve, we looked at the map and overheard the rangers. It looks like most of it is outside walking trails that would take you to different sites. And, as far as what's left, including the grave site here of Nancy Lincoln. So, with it raining the way it is, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to forego that. It's just not letting up. But, we had a great time here just exploring the museum. Again, it is free of charge. They have a gift shop and, of course, will accept donations. So, either, if you buy something or donate, of course, you're going to support this wonderful memorial that they have for Abraham Lincoln. But this is going to end up being a little bit of a shorter video, but I hope you still enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like here on YouTube, and of course, subscribe to the Peach State Prime channel for more content like this, tourist attractions, amusement parks, special events, movie reviews, fun places to eat and shop, all covered here on the Peach State Prime channel. And of course, leave a comment. Have you ever been to any other Lincoln historical sites? I know there's several of them. A lot of states like to claim Lincoln. So, ever been any others or for any other presidents you like to share? Feel free to leave a comment. Always love to hear from you. And of course, to learn more about me and my YouTube efforts, you can visit peachstateprime.com. Outside of that, once again, I want to thank you for the time you spent watching my video today. Hope you have a great one, and God bless.